Sup guys, Dylan Sider from Kinfolk Carpentry, and today we are going to be retrofitting this bookshelf to make way for a TV. Alright, I think what my plan is going to be is to cut the face frame at this line right here, which lines up at the top of these shelves. Run a new face frame across the top here. I unbox the TV over here so that I know it's going to fit and measure it. So then from the back side, I'll fasten these shelves to that new face frame, and then I'll cut this middle out. This is a solid built piece. I don't think I need to run a full shelf under there, more for the reason that I want these to look consistent from the top. I think if I fasten a new shelf, it'll potentially look a little bit goofy.
Voodoo Mama Juju!
So I'll keep the existing shelf, just overlay it with a face frame and cut this piece out. So here's a look here with the shelves in. Yeah, the face frame is going to overlay these shelves, and then I'm going to either screw in from the back. There's a lip here. Screw in from the back into my face frame to support these shelves a little more. And then I was going to just skin the bottom potentially with 1/4 inch plywood. The 2 inch is going to stick down a 1/4 inch from here. So I basically placed that so that when you look under there, you don't see all this mess. It'll all just get filled in, and then there'll just be a seam along the front of this shelf to the face frame. Alright, so I got this upper face frame all installed, and now what I'm doing is putting 2x4s in the back as nailing for my false back. I'll have a 1/2 inch sheet of plywood, paint grade, that'll go from 2x4 to 2x4, but I'm also going to put some additional blocking in between because they're mounting a TV in here, so I want to make sure that...
Gotta make sure.
There's lots of stuff to screw to, not just 1/2 inch plywood. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Right here, I screwed this 2x4 in for support for my TV mount. This is put at the height of the top of the mount. This is going to be plywood, so I mean you could screw into it, but I wanted just a little extra behind it just to lag it in. So that's what I'm working on now, ready to cut the plywood. The house I'm working on is very cool. Look at this. Look at this cool weather vane. It's a squirrel. Love that. Okay, so I've got this all in. I got my plywood cut, and this cord here, there's plugs underneath They actually had holes here for existing, but we don't want to see the wires at all. So I basically am just creating a custom extension cord that's going to be wired into a plug that plugs in underneath, and that'll all be hidden behind the false back. And I've got that some heavy duty adhesive on there, so this will never come off.
This is heavy duty, Doc. This is great.
I found out that I can't cut this to fit tight because I would never get it in there. So my sides that I put in will, if I plan it out right, will cover. If not, I have, I'll just make a little molding to cover the gaps in the corners. I'm just tacking this with 23 gauge right now because I don't want anything to be exposed where I don't want it to be.
Whoopsie.
All right, so as you can see here, there's a gap, but I have pieces that will fill in there, and I'm just gonna power plane them to fit in there perfectly. There's enough room on each side for those to fit. It'll cover my gap, and yeah, and then I'm gonna just put a top in it. I have this shelf out right now just so I can access back here. And then there's cutting the box in and mounting the TV, and then we're good. So this is kind of what I'm doing now. I gotta fit those. All right, so I got this all ready for paint. Now I just got to cut the box in and mount the TV, and I've just got a little bit of patching to do here, sand that up and put some patch in it, but other than that, we're good to go.